Mind blown. What is America's future? Are we going to maintain our republic and maintain civil discourse, or are we going to tear apart due to differences in our groups? This is a legitimate question. It has always been a legitimate question. We did tear each other apart from 1861 to 1865. The current political climate in the nation does seem quite bitter and divided. This, of course, is distressing for anyone who values this country and the values and freedoms contained therein. One only needs to look around the world to realize that these are not guarantees to most people, and they are very easily lost or taken. It is very difficult to view one's time from a historical perspective, and perhaps our differences are not remarkable when you look at the bumpy road of our history. However, I do think we are reaching some very important crossroads in determining how our children and their children will live in the future. In the United States, the pendulum of power swings back and forth, from right to left, back and forth. One extreme pulls against the other, and neither one is altogether healthy. Magnified by emotion, they are extremes which will gladly suppress the other to promote their fervent beliefs. Objectivity and the important core principles of tolerance and civil behavior thus often suffer. Adding to this circumstance, the eruption of social media upon our society has made it very quick and easy to spread information and opinions. This ability is often abused by either spreading false information or by fanning the flames of discord. Third, and perhaps most significantly, there has also been a clear erosion of the traditional values in our country over the past half-century. These values include honesty, hard work, tolerance, charity, education, thoughtful debate, and simply living by the golden rule. We thus appear to be gravitating to a more self-focused, less informed, and more tribally focused society, with different news sources and different rules of engagement understood by each. These are not good. Not good at all for a unified nation. If you play these elements out to logical conclusions, then they will ultimately cause a permanent split of the factions into separate governances. So are we doomed to this future? I don't think so. I think there is still more that unites us than divides us, but it will require some very hard work on our part. Marriages take work, and listening, and compromise, and selflessness. So does this diverse, democratic country. This hard work is required of us, the people, who elect our political leaders. It is required from those leaders, and it is required from our teachers. It is required from our journalists, and it is required of our corporate leaders. We all need to double down on the important principles that bind us together and will ensure freedoms in the future. Again, the alternative is not good. I suggest that we affirm the following core principles. Number 1, we are a big family. A big, diverse, beautiful family with the common genes of shared principles. 2, reaffirm that everyone has the right to an opinion and to express it. There is no requirement that anyone else agree with it. You have the right to disagree with it, but in a civil way, through discussion and debate. Ugliness on either side will not be tolerated or respected. 3, if you are unable to successfully debate your position, then you should revisit your position. Violence and name-calling is not okay, and it signals defeat of your position. 4, tolerance of our differences is absolutely required. We should always try to see the viewpoint of others and try to walk in their shoes for a while before making a snap judgment. 5, we are not a nation of tribes. While we are a collection of people from every corner of the earth, but we are just one tribe, the American tribe. We are one race, the human race. We reject the idea of pitting one group of people against another because of differences in religion, race, political opinion, culture, etc. We accept that there is more that binds us together than divides us. We may need to repeat that often in our classrooms, in our media, and in our politics. Number 6, everyone has the right to pursue happiness as they see it. This includes decisions about what to believe, where to place efforts, who to love, and the ability to improve one's circumstances, financially or otherwise. 7, people that spread the flames of discontent for profit, advancement, or attention should be rejected loudly by everyone. Accountability must be required of these people. 8, People who break the laws of society need to be held accountable. We must have civility in order to be a successful nation. In these cases, we should focus on proper separation from society and rehabilitation, as opposed to just pure punishment. This is the most compassionate approach to these tough situations. 9. We agree that no one should fall through the cracks of our society and be without food, shelter, and medical care. Help will be there, but effort and self-help is also expected from individuals. I believe this is no different than the way you would treat a family member in that situation. 10. Government should only be the size necessary to ensure national security and domestic tranquility. The default should be to exert minimum force on a free people, not the maximum amount. 11. In the massive universe, with potentially many forms of advanced life, we are just a tiny spot, with a tiny group of unique human beings that are all alone except for each other. We should therefore care for each other as best as we possibly can. I have optimism that we will endure and prevail in America. While we are still an experiment to see if all the people of the world can come together in one country, coalesce around common principles of freedom and equality, and successfully govern themselves, I maintain that we will, because we have to. The alternative is to live under an oppressive authority of one form or another. History always bends towards truth and timeless principles. And like life itself, these things simply insist on being. They are tenacious, resilient, and cannot be destroyed. People will not be denied the ability to express their opinions, to be treated fairly, and pursue happiness as they see fit. Combined with charity, compassion, and love, this constitutes the most powerful force in the universe, and is still, at our core, what we are all about in this great country that we call America. Mind blown. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to have your mind blown daily. It's free, you know.